Like most people, you probably think you can survive a nuclear war by hiding in basements or shelters, or by escaping and getting away from the city, but that's impossible. In fact, doing any of these things in the first 10 minutes almost guarantees you'll die slowly, painfully, and alone. Here are 5 things that could actually keep you alive if World War III turns into a nuclear war. None of them are what you've been told. If World War III turns into a nuclear war, you won't get a notification from the news. They won't call you on the phone. You won't have any warning at all. Intercontinental ballistic missiles travel at 25,000 kilometers per hour. That gives you maybe 18 to 30 minutes from launch to detonation. And that's only if you're paying attention. Most people won't even realize what's happening until the shockwave turns their windows into shrapnel. Let's say you have 15 minutes. What do you actually do? Think about it for a second. Here are some things that won't work. Getting away in your car, calling for emergency help on your phone, your plan to escape to the mountains. Now let's look at things that might actually work. Everyone thinks the first thing to do is get in the car and get away from the city, head to the countryside, or escape from the blast as fast as possible. But that's not the case at all. You won't even make it 3 miles in a car. Traffic locks up instantly. Panic turns highways into parking lots. And even if you could move, the thermal pulse from a 1 megaton warhead travels at the speed of light. You'll vaporize in the driver's seat before you can shift into 4th gear. A nuclear explosion releases 3 deadly waves: thermal radiation, the shock wave, and radioactive fallout. The thermal pulse ignites everything flammable within a 10-mile radius in less than 2 seconds. The shock wave travels at 700 miles per hour, turning buildings into dust. The first remnants of radioactive fallout settle to the ground within 24 hours and can pose an extremely serious biological hazard. So here's the first thing you need to do after a nuclear blast. Stay inside. Right now, wherever you are. If you're at work, stay at work. If you're at home, stay at home. Get into the most interior room you can find, a windowless bathroom, closet, or hallway. Put as many walls as possible between yourself and the outside. Brick and concrete are your best friends right now. Think of it this way. Your car is a metal coffin. Your basement, your workplace, your hallway, wherever you are is like a coffin with a chance inside it. People think the explosion is the dangerous part, but here's what they don't know. What's even more dangerous than the blast is surviving the blast. That's where it really begins. Every moment, every second is so critically important. One single mistake could cost you your life or the rest of your life. The explosion kills thousands of people, but radioactive fallout kills millions. Radioactive particles, dust, ash, debris, get pulled into the mushroom cloud and rain back down for hours. If you breathe in this radioactive dust or ash, touch it, or let it into your shelter, you'll be exposed to radiation sickness within 6 hours and death within 2 weeks. After the first 7 hours of radioactive fallout, radiation levels drop by 90%. After 2 days, they drop another 90%. But those first 48 hours? Deadly. If you're outside, we're talking about exposure to 500 plus rads. That leads to organ failure, internal bleeding, and your immune system collapsing. Now seal every gap. Tape plastic sheets or garbage bags over windows, vents, and doors. Turn off your air conditioning system because it will pull radioactive fallout straight into your lungs. Put wet towels under door cracks. Build yourself a fortress out of mass that you can get inside. The isotopes coming to your fortress will weaken on contact with mass, making it even harder for them to reach you. You're setting up a low-budget clean room, and your life depends on how airtight you can make that room. Basically, we're turning your house into a giant Ziploc bag. But instead of keeping sandwiches fresh, we're keeping isotopes out. Everyone's stockpiling canned beans and frozen meals. Food first, then water, they say. The truth is you can survive 3 weeks without food. Without water, you die in 3 days. And after a nuclear attack, every water source is contaminated. Rivers, lakes, wells, All of them are poisoned with radioactive particles. Even if it looks clean, it's not clean. Radioactive fallout doesn't dissolve, it settles. Drinking contaminated water means swallowing cesium-137 and strontium-90 isotopes that lodge in your bones and organs, irradiating you from the inside. There's no cure for that. Unless you have a reverse osmosis system, there's no filter that will remove it, unfortunately. Immediately after the blast, fill every container you have with water. Bathtubs, sinks, pots, pitchers, even trash cans if they're clean. If you have a water heater, that's 40 to 80 gallons of drinkable water for you. The toilet tank holds a few more gallons. You need at least 1 gallon of water per person per day. For 2 weeks, that's 14 gallons per person. Now do the math and adjust your water consumption accordingly. Your bathtub is no longer for relaxing. It's a water reservoir protected from isotopes. Treat it like gold, because in 48 hours it will be worth its weight in gold. If you're thinking, if my house is still standing after 6 hours, it's safe to go outside and check around or get supplies I need, you're wrong. Leaving your location before 48 hours is suicide for you. Radiation levels are still catastrophic. You'll receive a lethal dose in less than an hour. And even if you don't die immediately, you'll face the risk of acute radiation syndrome, which means vomiting, seizures, and a slow death over the next 2 weeks. Radiation follows the rule of 7. Every 7 hours, the intensity decreases by 90%. After 49 hours, it drops to about 1% of the initial level. Still dangerous, but survivable for short trips. Stay inside, no exceptions. Not for pets, not for family members, not for supplies. If someone didn't make it to shelter in time, they're already dead or dying. Going outside to help just adds to the body count. Ration your water. Ration your food. Sit in the dark if you have to. Boredom won't kill you. Radiation will. Think of your shelter like a prison sentence. You're serving at least 48 hours. Good behavior keeps you alive. Bad behavior that could lead to bad outcomes means the death penalty with added consequences. After 2 days, you can return to your normal life. Help will come. FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency, will come too. Normal life is no longer an option. FEMA isn't coming. Either they're overwhelmed or they're gone. Hospitals are rubble. Supermarkets are ash. If your location is in or near one of the target cities, it means it'll be a dead zone for months. You need a plan to leave on foot, and you need to know where out even is. How radioactive fallout spreads depends on the wind. If you're downwind of the blast, contamination spreads for hundreds of kilometers. You'll need to move perpendicular to the wind direction, not to get away from the blast, but to escape from under the fallout cloud. No GPS, no network, just a compass, a map, and your legs to walk. Before leaving, observe the area through a window. Look for other survivors. Listen for sounds of chaos, gunshots, looting, panic. If there's silence, that's either a good sign or everyone's dead. Move at dawn or dusk. Stay away from main roads. Take water, a filter if you have one, and something to defend yourself with. Head to rural areas at least 8 kilometers away, small towns, farmland, places that aren't strategic targets. You survived a nuclear war. Now the hard part begins. Surviving in an environment with no electricity, no law, and no Uber Eats. That's it. 5 steps that could keep you alive in the worst-case scenario. None of them are flashy. None of them are easy. Will everyone make it? No. But if you follow these rules, you have a chance. And in a nuclear war, a chance is more than most people will get. Be smart, seal that door tight, and whatever you do, don't open that door early.